We're back with Eric Lisser and the OTR Pop Quiz. I know it's your favorite part of the show. So the first question has to do with your district. Your Senate district is in Western Massachusetts. A lot of people refer to it as the 413 because it's the area code for the state. But there are two Worcester County towns in the 413. You can see the options right there on the screen. They are Hardwick, Ashburnham, Warren. One of them is not part of 413. Which one is it?
I'm going to go with B, Ashburnham.
You are right. That is Ashburnham. Number two, the final round of the U.S. Open is being played in Brookline today. You are from Longmeadow, which is home to the renowned Longmeadow Country Club. Back in the day, legendary golfers like Bobby Jones, Byron Nelson, and Tommy Armour would often test clubs from a particular company. This is an easy one. If you get this wrong, I'll be shocked. And they would test them at the Longmeadow course. What company was it? Was it Spalding? Was it Titleist? Or was it Wilson?
Is it B, Titleist?
No, it's Spalding. It has a plant in Chicopee.
Chicopee,
yes.
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
I thought you were trying to trick me on that one. There we go.
Okay. So we're 1-1 right now. Okay, number three. You are the leading advocate for high-speed rail on Beacon Hill. We talked about that. Right now, Amtrak's Acela is the fastest thing we've got in the U.S. But what are we talking about as far as the top speed? Here are the choices if you look on the screen. 125 miles per hour, 150 miles per hour, or 175 miles per hour.
Well, you know, Acela is not high speed by any kind of international standards.
I was just going to say
I'll go with A.
Okay, so it's 150 actually.
Okay. I was underselling Amtrak.
Exactly, and you are right. Trains from France, China, and Japan, they are breaking 350 miles per hour. It's more
Puts
than
us
twice.
in some perspective in terms of where we got to catch up.
I've been actually on the Beijing to Shanghai train, and it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Especially if you've been on trains in this country.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. We'll wrap this up. We'll finish up with a lieutenant governor question. Samuel Adams, Brewer patriot, as we've come to know him, served as governor of Massachusetts. Your question: did he also serve as a lieutenant governor? Yes or no?
He did. Yes.
That's correct. He was John Hancock's lieutenant governor.
Quite a duo.
Yes. Can you imagine having John Hancock as your boss, so to say?
Something tells me he was probably pretty high strung.
Oh, my goodness. Can you imagine the conversations behind closed doors?
Amazing,
okay.
Yeah.
So let's get back to some of the more serious questions. As we said earlier, you've raised far more money than your opponents, but you've declared that you're willing to spend up to $5 million if necessary to win this primary race. What do you say to critics who say there's too much money in politics?
Well, I agree with them. I would just point out, you know, the money that I've raised is raised from others, from my community in Western Mass, from the people who believe in our vision. It's not my personal money. So I agree, and I've been a big supporter of campaign finance reform and campaign finance policies my entire career.
Why set a maximum of $5 million then?
Well, the maximum is really just meant, you know, as an abstract top based on how our campaign finance rules work. So, you know, I'm going to be able to spend what I raise from our supporters. I don't have the personal means to do anything beyond that. So I think it's really about putting a vision out and seeing how much people are excited by that vision and want to support moving that vision forward. And by the way, Janet, the vision we have is a statewide one of connecting our Commonwealth. You mentioned high-speed rail. Think about what would happen in our state if we reliably connected Pittsfield, Springfield, Worcester, Boston by high-speed rail. It would be the single biggest climate project in our state's history, cleaning our air, taking cars off the road, create thousands of units of new housing. That's generating real excitement from people who want to see change in our state and want to see a state government that invests in all of our regions. That's why we're raising the money.
Well, before you run away with that issue, let me go back to the original
issue.
You
had to give me a little bit of that.
I have to go back to the original. Do you set the $5 million limit as sort of a warning or a threat to your opponents that you're willing to go where they're not able to go or willing to go?
No, I mean, again, it's just about how much we can raise. We're going to raise as much as we can based on the vision we've got so that we can get our vision out and communicate to voters across our state. And again, Janet, people are excited about what we're campaigning about, which is connecting our state, bringing our gateway cities together, closing the wait list at our vocational schools. We could create 7,000 jobs tomorrow just by closing the wait list at our incredible Voc schools all over the state. People are excited about that vision. They want to support it, and I'm grateful for that support, and we're going to be spending the summer getting that message out.
What about the support from Barack Obama? You managed to snag an endorsement for him the first time he ran for state senator. What about this time? Is he going to endorse you for your first statewide run?
Well, I'm honored to have worked for him from the earliest stages of his campaign. I worked as the assistant to David Axelrod. I sat about 40 feet from the Oval Office. To be continued. We got to leave a little bit of suspense there.
Have you asked?
We've been in touch, but I'll let the campaign play out a little bit.
Okay, and then finally, before you go, I just have to ask you: do you think your state house staff should be allowed to unionize? That's a big issue.
That's an easy one. Yes, I came out right away when that was first announced on social media, saying I supported that. I think it's an important bedrock right for people to collectively bargain and collectively organize.
Great. Thanks a lot for being here.